My name is Jordi Costa. I'm a business angel since 1998. I started as many other business angels in the world in IT, but then I specialized myself in two different industries which are, let's say, not very common with business angels. Those are nutrition and health and Cleantech. I got, since we are talking now about Cleantech, I got 5 different investments in Cleantech as a business angel, okay? And then, besides a business angel, I'm also a partner of a fund which specializes in infrastructures, in making wind parks, biogas, and some photovoltaic parks, which is called Green Alliance, and it's basically we are managing money from big institutions like the European Investment Bank or ICF here in Catalonia, or from big family offices in Spain or in Catalonia, and some banks. Then the good thing to segregate, we already talked about that a little bit. There are 2 different areas in investment in Cleantech. One is the technology itself, which is normally referred as Cleantech. And in this Cleantech arena, when you talk about Cleantech technology, you get, let's say, like new technologies in power generation or in recycling, or new technologies in water treatment or things like this. About those type of investments, what you got to know is a few things which are very important when you decide that you're going to invest in these areas. First is that investments are very heavy. If an investor tells you that he has a disruptive technology in Cleantech and it's not going to cost money, he's not right, okay? It's going to take a long time to implement new technologies in Cleantech. Second thing is that there is also a long time to deployment of the period to market and deployment of that technology. Not only when you create a new technology, it's going to be, let's say, available and in the market in the next day. It takes minimum 7 or 8 years before the market accepts a new technology. Okay. The second thing is that, or the third thing is the exit. I mean, when you are a business angel, like in my case, I'm one of the only ones who is in this particular area, because most of the other ones do not have the patience to get into a company like this and stay with the company 7, 8, 10 years or whatever. And when you invest a lot of money in a company and then you have to wait for 10 years and you are a private investor, it requires, let's say, something more than investing in internet or things that you can get the money much earlier. On the issue, after Cleantech, let's talk about renewables and infrastructures. Infrastructure is a completely different animal. When you're making a wind park, the people that invest in renewables are people that don't want any technological risk. While in the other side, in the Cleantech arena, you are taking a technological risk. In the renewables area, when you want a wind park, the last thing that you want is to have any technological risk, okay? What you want is as Sebastian said, is a stream of dividends or that your cash flow, future cash flows are going to be known. And what you want also is that there is a bank or whoever else is going to give you a leverage at least or 5-to-1 or 4-to-1 or whatever. But they are highly leveraged investments. They have no technological risk. But the only problem on this, on the renewable side, when you're investing in infrastructure, is that it's only available to very big money. So most of the investors are either institutions or banks or ultra high net worth individuals, which means let's say over 20 or 25 million euros, as an example. Okay, so what can you, if you know that this type of investments as Cleantech or renewables is very trendy now. I mean, everyone talks about that the US is going to have a lot of money for this, and and that everyone, let's say, is listening to that on TV every day, that the way to go for investments in the future is this type of investments. My recommendation would be very easy, is that if you want to get into this, you need big money. So since it is difficult that you can do it by yourself, the best thing that you can do is to get into a group of people that are interested in those areas, and then put your money together and invest, as an example, let's say 10 or 20% of that money in new technologies, making sure that these new technologies are, that the product is going to work and that they are very disruptive technologies. And the second thing, invest the rest. In order to get those type of projects, it's quite easy, because you got schools like ESADE that make forums like this once a month or whatever. Even so, I receive about no less than 100 different projects in Cleantech every year from all the forums that I go. Okay, and the second thing, for the other 80%, I think that you should be investing through a much less risky thing, which is infrastructure, through a fund like myself or like Sebastian or whoever else is doing things like this.